My primary organization within Star Citizen is the Vault-Tec Corporation. Here at Vault-Tec, we primarily focus on space real estate. With our fleet of pioneers, we'll build you the perfect outpost on a planet. Stop on by if you're interested. What's going on, YouTubers? This is Seer6 here, bringing you more Star Citizen content. With 3.5 underway, there are some things that are brought to my attention that coincide with one another, and that is the heat and the component degradation system. Here are my thoughts. With the heat improvement scheduled, this is geared toward providing a more systematic experience between items and vehicles. This will cover a variety of issues and their effects on vehicles. Heat itself will range from 3 different factors. The first is how heat affects various components in a ship. The second is incorporating heat values into the room system. And the third is defining the ambient heat of a solar system. Now, me being an avionics technician when I was in the Marine Corps makes me understand this firsthand. My particular type model series that I worked on, being the MV-22 Osprey, was mostly avionics equipment. So a lot of cooling was required to ensure that the sensitive equipment would function properly. When deployed, we had to use large air conditioning units to keep the gearboxes and computers cool enough while preparing for a mission. If the equipment got too hot, the bird didn't fly. And mind you, the average temperature was about 120 degrees Fahrenheit, or 48 degrees Celsius. All you PC gamers here know that without proper cooling, you will not get the full performance out of your PC. So this goes hand in hand with Star Citizen. The hotter your system gets, the less efficiency you will get out of it. Overclocking your coolers, of course, is an option to keep your system temperature at a safer level. But with component degradation scheduled, this will introduce the functionality for wear and degradation, causing reduced performance, and it's persisting on ship components. What this means is the adjustments to overclocking will drastically increase the wear and tear rate. This will force you to micromanage your ship systems more. This also introduces the role of an engineer, which allows fellow mates to perform power adjustments to keep the ship at maximum potential, and also having a first officer to micromanage ship systems so the pilot can focus on flying. In the future, failing to maintain your components will lead to a total system failure and will result in a repair or swap out of a new system entirely. But as of 3.5, it seems that you'll just suffer a degraded system and you'll just need to repair it. With the new flight model changes that I do not need to harp on, I feel like there'll be more emphasis on having a ship that doesn't rely on just one person. Also, it will boil down to understanding your location. This is where ambient heat of a solar system falls into place. For example, would you personally fly down to Daymar on the day cycle and engage in a fight with systems overclocked? You see, the ambient temperature will push your ship's systems to the limit, increasing the odds against you. Now let that sink in. Now, what if flying past the sun on a jump from Port Alzar to Hurston caused your temperature to spike? Theoretically, getting closer to the sun would bring up the heat of your ship components, which in return would make your warp speed slow down until you are far enough away from the sun. On larger ships, well, you need to vent them by opening doors and docking collars to allow the power plants and other components to cool off. And by doing this, depressurizing an area that could potentially harm crewmates who aren't prepared. This is when incorporating heat values into the room system comes into effect. If the room is too hot and the components need to cool down, the heat needs to go somewhere else, right? And finally, will ships with smaller systems overheat quicker and cool off quicker compared to ships with larger ship systems? And larger ships overheat slower and cool off slower due to the mass and surface area of the ship components. With future development, it would be nice to see heat sinks that will be able to be installed within components to further mitigate heat buildup. Either way, I want to hear your thoughts, and feel free to leave a comment below if you want to digress about this topic. I ask you to share this and spark thoughts in others, and I hope CIG will be able to answer these questions so that we can have an idea of what is to come. I thank you for spending your time with me today. If you enjoyed this video, click that like button, and feel free to subscribe for more content if you are new. But with that being said, I'll see you on the flip side.